If you're dealing with manic or incessant barking in the home, you might be able to use a Pet Corrector. A Pet Corrector is a can of compressed air, and it's often compared to a keyboard cleaner. When I grew up, in order to get my attention, my family would go, shh. It's kind of like a disruptor or an interrupter, something to get my attention. So the Pet Corrector does the same thing, it's just a lot louder. This is what it sounds like. This will not replace training, this is just meant to supplement your training. Keep in mind, dogs bark for a variety of reasons, so figuring out why will help us determine what we're gonna do about it. We're not asking our dog to never bark again, we're just trying to get a little bit of control over some of that manic or incessant barking. There are some dogs out there who completely tune out the sound of the Pet Corrector, while there are others who are pretty fearful. If your dog falls into either of those categories, this is not the right tool for you. Let's get into how to use this to manage barking. Like everything else with dog training, timing is important. You don't want to spray this before the dog barks because that doesn't make any sense. And you don't want to spray this after the dog's done barking because the behavior's already gone. In order for this to be effective, you want to do short bursts in the middle of your dog barking. When your dog is barking, you're going to do a quick shh shh to get their attention. This is supposed to disrupt the behavior. So when they're barking and then they hear that shh and they look at you, that gives you a window to give them something to do. When you use this and you get that window of silence, you give them something else to do, I want you to pay them. Another thing is consistency. If we just use the Pet Corrector once a month when somebody comes over, you're putting too much pressure in the hopes that this will work when our guest is here. You're not giving yourself or your dog enough practice to respond to when they hear this. So, recreate scenarios. List all of the things that makes your dog bark like crazy and train them around that thing. You're gonna do this every single day. Don't spray this at or near their face. I recommend putting it behind your back so they don't see the can. You don't want them to associate behaving only when they see the can. When you feel like the can is going to successfully disrupt the behavior, you're gonna wanna start adding a cue to it. So for example, if your dog is barking and you know that they respond pretty well to this, you're gonna say, quiet, shh. If you do quiet plus shh over and over and over, and you're successfully settling the dog down and getting them to stop barking, eventually the next time you say quiet, they're gonna stop and look at you. If you just spray over and over and over and nothing happens after they stop barking, your dog will quickly become desensitized to this. They're gonna learn that when you spray this, there's no follow-up. Pair it with obedience. If your dog is barking and you need to give them something else to do, you use this to give you that window of silence and then go to place, go to bed, come. And after that, reward them to reinforce that desired behavior. This is just another tool in your toolbox that helps you with that out of control barking.